Chapter 10 Bowling Point. Janice, said Queen Swappy sternly, stop being so naughty at once. Shan't, said Janice, sticking out her tongue. I am sick of acting like a faint little fairy. Get that hoof maiden, Tex ordered, but Janice quickly grabbed Queen Swappy in a painful arm lock. Stay back, she snapped. I'm not taking any more orders from you or anyone else. You're finished, Swappy. This world now belongs to the terror birds. But why would you help them? Arx demanded. I haven't. They have helped me. She chuckled. I could tell that Gastro's burn-brained band was getting fed up with life on the run, so I persuaded them to act like true terrorbirds. Thanks to me, the terrorbirds will soon inherit this planet. In return, they will give me my own moon to rule over, and I shall fill it with noise and smells and machines and dirt. Disgusting, trilled Queen Swappy, helpless in her hoof maiden's grip. Wash your mouth out, Janice. No, she stamped her foot, making King Finn jump in his broken tank. I'm sick of acting so clean. I love muck. I love being rude. I love smelly things. Iggy's eyes narrowed. So it was you who pulled me down the toilet. Correct, she sneered. I pretended to be weak and feeble so you would never suspect me. But really, I want to boss people about and making everything dirty. And that's just what I'll do. So, Gastro really was trying to help Queen Swappy, Arx realized. He had no idea that his friends had turned against him. We're fed up of eating grass and fixing toilets, said Godfrey. Once Atalantos is ours, we shall let our rulers to use it as a new nest planet. From here, they can easily raid the nearby Plesiosaurus planets for food. Yum! Tex nodded. Then, in return, they will stop hunting you, and you'll be free birds. What a nasty plan! And it was all my idea, said Janice proudly. Castro, you're a dismal dummy. Your plumber chums have been breaking your precious toilet pipes, not fixing them. They have even repaired your ship in secret. Aha, said Arx, so that's where you got the power to block our communicators. Yes, hissed Godfrey. We weren't expecting the DSS to send you here so fast. We had to stop you getting reinforcements somehow. King Finn burbled and bubbled, bashing his tail helplessly against the thick plastic of his broken tank. That's right, fish face, sneered Janice. We sabotaged all your tanks, just like we sabotaged Gastro's spotless survival suits. Wicked child, gasped Queen Swappy. Godfrey laughed. Since no one on this island knows the first thing about technology, it was easy peasy to trick both sides. Janice nodded, but now it is time that this battle was brought to an end. Suddenly, Tex saw that the water in the tanks was starting to bubble. The mags trapped inside were tumbling about in alarm. What's happening to them? He asked. The water looks like it's boiling. We told you we were sick of eating grass, rasped one of the terrorbirds. It's time we had a nice meaty dinner. Boiled shark followed by raw Bacterosaurus in dung with Astrosaurs for dessert. He licked his beak. Delicious! Queen Swappy finally fainted. "You savages!" shouted Tex. "You could at least eat us with some nice wild seagrass." "Only I shall be spared," chuckled Janice. "And, of course, when the DSS come to investigate, I shall confirm the terrible story. Everyone on both sides was lost, and you Astrosaurs got caught in the crossfire." "Come on, Gordon, get out of that silly disguise," said Godfrey, pecking at the zipper on the shark suit. "Gosh, you've put on some weight, haven't you?" "Whoa!" Suddenly Gordon burst out of the Meg outfit like a big feathery banana squeezed from its skin. Everyone stared in surprise. The terror bird had been thrown from his costume by a bedraggled figure in a bright orange swimsuit. "Gypsy!" Tex yelled in delight. "She was hiding in that disguise with Gordon all the time." "Hi, Captain!" She jabbed Godfrey in the beak and swiped another terror bird with her tail. "It was a tight fit in there, but I thought we might need to launch a surprise attack." "It surprised me all right," said Iggy, beaming as he let go of Castro and charged at the startled terror birds. Tex bounded after him, whirling his tail at top speed. "But, Gypsy, how did you stop Gordon from warning his friends?" "First, I beat him in battle and forced my way into his costume," she explained. "Then I told him I would yank out some very sensitive feathers if he didn't play along with my plan." Tex struck one of the terror birds with his titanic tail, flapping in alarm. The big bird crashed into Iggy, who socked him with his stunned claws. But by now Godfrey and Gordon had recovered. They launched into a kung fu attack on Tex, lashing out with their legs. Their wings whooshed through the air, ready to deliver deadly blows. "Two against one," sneered Tex, blocking their ferocious kicks with his tail. "Make it 3 against 1, said a terror bird behind him, cruel talons ready to tear into Tex's scaly skin. But suddenly the bird was smashed senseless to the sand by Castro. "Make that 2 against 2, said Castro fiercely, standing side by side with Tex. With a flurry of high kicks and wing chops, he sent Godfrey flying. Tex did a furious forward roll, steamrolling Gordon into the beach, leaving him in a squashed daze back on his feet. Tex saw that Iggy and Gypsy had dealt with the other 2 terror birds. "Good work, crew," he said. "Thanks to you, Castro. I'm sorry we misjudged you." "Never mind that," said Castro. "Where's that horrid hoof maiden gone?" "Look, she's getting away," yelled Iggy. Tex saw that Janice was making a fast exit, climbing up a sand dune. "Don't worry, she won't get far," called Arx. He had snapped off 2 dung shooters from a tank and carried one under each arm. Taking careful aim, he fired both at once. With a slop, a plop, and a very rude noise, Janice was engulfed in a giant ball of dung. Shrieking, she rolled helplessly back down the sand dune towards the beach. "Got you!" cried Arx. Iggy beamed. "Brilliant shooting." "Hang on though," said Castro. "We forgot about the tanks." Tex stared around. While the Bacterosaurs were slowly walking from their fainting fits and floating about the beach like big balloons, The masses of Mags were still trapped in their boiling, bubbling tanks. Some of them were turning red. "The poor things," said Gypsy. "They've been tricked. They've been used. And now they're being boiled like eggs. We must get them out." "But there's not enough time to save them all," said Iggy helplessly. "What can we possibly do?"